And welcome here to another edition of Recruit Spotlight on Husker Online. Sean Callahan, Steve Sipple. As always, Recruit Spotlight brought to you by Tanner's Sports Bar and Grill and Tavern 180, 30th and Yankee Hill Road in Lincoln. They are the proud presenting sponsor of these Recruit Spotlight interviews, helping us bring you exclusive content with some of the nation's top recruits. And we've been blessed to hear from a lot of them, Steve. And we've got another great one in here today out of Los Angeles, Campbell High School. Kamar Mothudi joining us here on Recruit Spotlight. Welcome to Recruit Spotlight, Kamar. Welcome to Lincoln, Nebraska.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Well, let's get into it because I think until the spring game, your name, Nebraska had a lot of offers out, but your name really wasn't, in the conversation. So your visit coming out here, I think, was like, wow, Kamar Mothudi's coming to Lincoln. What drew you on this trip to visit Lincoln?
Definitely the coaching staff. Coach White. He was affiliated with my coach at Campbell, Coach Keys.
Okay.
And he came to my school, came to talk to me. I appreciate that. So that's what put them on my radar. And then they told me wanted me out here for the spring game. Return the favor, respect. So I came out here. Yeah.
So Kamar,
yes.
You come out here for the spring game.
Right.
Were you expecting the scene that you saw? 65,000 people. At a scrimmage, what kind of impression does that make on you, or impressions?
Wow, yeah, no, I didn't expect it at all. Like a lot of school spring games, it's half empty, kind of stand. Some people will come, maybe not, we'll see.
Yeah,
but being in the stadium and just sitting around, every seat basically full was crazy. It just emphasizes like how much support there is for the football team here, which is something that's important.
What were you looking for in your visit? What kind of things, what kind of elements are you looking for when you take a visit like this?
The main thing is seeing how the coaches and players kind of interact, especially with there being a newer coaching staff, kind of seeing how everybody interacts. What's the energy, what's the atmosphere like around the players, coaches, locker room, kind of the locker room culture, and seeing what they're really about.
What'd you think? Oh, sorry, Sean. What'd you think?
High energy, and everybody was showing love. I thought everybody was genuine. Everybody was upfront. Everybody was caring. From Coach Rule to like the recruiting staff and people showing me around. I appreciate everybody.
Very cool.
Now, there were a number of other LA guys in Lincoln, high-profile guys. We've talked to a few here: Aiden Braylon, Brandon Baker, but Dylan Williams. You guys are pretty close. Is that right?
Yeah, that's my guy.
Do you guys play 7-on-7 together?
Yes, we do. We do for premium sports. Yeah.
How did Nebraska kind of lay it out as far as how you'd be used and what jumped out about their defensive scheme when they kind of broke it down with you?
Definitely. The biggest thing that jumped out is that they're leverage based. Most defenses are kind of assigned gaps and play off of that. But when I was in Coach Dvorak's office, he was showing me film and breaking everything down. He explained how they're leverage based, and I liked it a lot more than the typical defense because it allows for the linebackers to play almost faster. They don't have to worry about as many things, especially because they have like a 5 shell, so they have a lot of support behind them, so you could kind of just play and you'll have support and you'll have help behind you in case something happens.
So I saw on On3, our employer, that you had a 97% commitment rate to Oregon.
Yeah.
Okay, is that what is that accurate?
97.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a little extreme.
I think one guy made a pick in for you back in March, Justin Hopkins, who called it. And he put in an RPM for you to Oregon, and that when one expert, like a bigger name guy puts you in, it kind of skews it.
Thank you, Sean.
Because I'm sure you must have visited Oregon and had a good visit, and then you put the pick in right after, and that skews the RPM.
Yeah.
So where are you in the process? What other schools are you considering strongly?
Washington, Utah, Michigan, Arizona. Many of those, I would say.
So you're okay with going away from home?
I am. I think earlier in the process, it was more of played a bigger factor.
Okay.
Like being far away from home. But, football is football. And hopefully, my goal is to play in the NFL. So location and weather can't be too big a factor because eventually, hopefully, I'm going to be playing in that one day. So I can't let that, affect my game.
Hey.
So, yeah, ball is ball. I'm just here.
Yeah, you live in LA. Do you even have to wear that coat in LA very often?
No, sometimes, It only dips to like 55, 50-ish, but not often.
So as far as the weather and the scene, I mean, what did you think of? I mean, what do you think of Lincoln? I guess you probably have never been to this part of. Have you been to the Midwest before?
No. This is my first visit.
What's the furthest? Like,
actually, the furthest I've ever went from California is Florida.
Which is that doesn't. I mean, that's.
But
that's basically like another version of California,
exactly,
just on the other side. But so, what did you think? I mean, what were you expecting, and what do you think of Lincoln?
I have family. My cousin goes to Wisconsin, so I've kind of heard him talk about the Midwest and kind of what to expect.
Okay.
So yeah, I wasn't too shocked or surprised when I got out here. Lincoln, it's pretty beautiful. It's nature, trees. I really do like it. The air seems a little bit crisper, cleaner out here than LA and big city. But I really liked it a lot. Nice, clean place.
Wherever you go, you plan to enroll early.
Hopefully, yes.
And why do you want to do that? Why is that important to you?
Just basically just get a jump start on college. Get in. I mean, coming from high school to college is already a huge transition, and just to be able to early enroll, kind of easing the load. Get in condition, get bigger, get stronger, learn the playbook. Learn the defense, get acclimated, new environment. Just to get all that early before even going into fall camp, to where you really leave your imprint on the coaches is just something I want.
Oh, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
What's next for you? I mean, do you have other trips lined up in April, May? Have you set your official kind of plans? I mean, and we were just talking to Dylan Williams about this, that starting in July, recruits will be allowed unlimited officials. So you're going to have a lot of flexibility to maybe get out in the fall if you want to.
Yeah. No, definitely. So with that rule change, I'm probably going to save a lot of my officials for in season, kind of just to see like the actual game environment, something I want to see. I'm actually going to Oregon for their spring game
next week.
Are you?
I know, but not 97% commitment rate. It's crazy. But
okay.
So you're going to commit at Oregon?
I know, right? That's what you would think. Yeah,
John.
Yeah. No, but I'm going to Oregon next weekend, and then for the month of May, I'm pretty quiet. Just finishing up school and chill for a little bit. Then when June picks up, hopefully taking them more unofficials. I haven't locked any officials in, but I can kind of think of some schools I'm going to definitely take some to. Washington, Oregon. Those will probably be the over the summer ones for right now. I want to get back here definitely in September.
So you'd like to go to maybe one of the early home games?
Yeah, exactly. Because just to come back, especially and see the new facility after it's done.
Okay.
Yeah, would be pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, you've been to Oregon and you've been to some of these other places with phenomenal facilities. From what you see and what they're going to do at Nebraska, like where does that stack up?
Nebraska with the new facility being built will probably be like top 10 in the nation. Like it's really a football complex. It's crazy. You wouldn't honestly have to leave there. Everything you need is there. Academics, it's there. You wouldn't work out, it's there. Film, it's there. Only thing you would have to go is to sleep. And I mean, they even have places for you to nap. So would you really need to leave to sleep? You know what I'm saying? So I really, the new facility is going to be crazy.
One more from me.
Yeah.
How important is that to you, the facility component?
I don't think it's super important, but I'm not it's something definitely I think about. I'm not just going to go to a place. Oh, really nice facilities. I'm definitely going here. No, but definitely something to think about, but coming from Kimball Hall, I'm kind of used to having facilities. So that's not something I'm too worried about.
Okay.
Yeah.
We didn't ask you about Matt Rule. What were your thoughts of Matt Rule? How much did you get to interact? I know it was a busy day today with the spring game, but as a guy in town and on a visit, did you get a chance to meet with Coach Rule, and what were your thoughts of him?
Yeah. Not as much as I got to briefly talk to him before, and then he talked to everybody. While we were all in the recruiting lines, talked to everybody before he headed off. But I understand spring game, bunch of people. I completely get it. But high energy guy. It seemed like I could really tell he cares about Nebraska, his coaches and his players. I could tell it was genuine. He felt genuine. It's just something that's super important to me. Always being upfront and being real.
Well, they must have made an impression on you if you plan on returning.
Yes, definitely.
Well, Kamar, we really appreciate you coming on
of course.
And getting a chance to get to know you and talk to you here this weekend.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
All right, Kamar.
All right. Well, thanks again to Kamar Mothudi for joining us here on Recruit Spotlight. Once again, Recruit Spotlight brought to you by Tanner Sports Bar and Grill and Tavern 180 in Lincoln. 30th and Yankee Hill Road. They're a proud presenting sponsor here of Recruit Spotlight. For Steve Sipple, I'm Sean Callahan.